You are now listening to Gabriel and Shayna on the Daily Outburst Talk Show.
Good evening, good evening, everyone. This is Gabriel and LaShayna. We are live right now on our official launch. And we
Yes.
have a wonderful guest, a wonderful guest right now who will be talking. She's a travel agent, and she will be talking all the nice things about being a travel agent, all the perks and everything. So, guys, I want you to welcome Donna Langley.
Woo! Hello. Hey, how you doing?
We're
All
good.
right. All right, Donna. So tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, first of all, I'm originally from Jamaica. Big up Jamaica.
Yes,
Right.
yes.
Island.
Okay, but I now live in Wisconsin, and which is unusual. Not in my
You know what?
plan.
Let's stop there. Let's stop there for a minute. A Jamaican woman living in Wisconsin.
Right. I don't know
How
how
did
that came
all that
about.
happen? Yeah.
Okay, so my husband was in the Navy,
Uh,
and he got stationed at Great Lakes Naval Base, which is in Illinois. And it's about 30 minutes from where we live. It's just over the border between Illinois and Wisconsin.
Okay.
And when we got here, they told us not to live in Illinois, to live in Wisconsin, Kenosha, because the houses are cheaper, the taxes are lower, and the schools are better.
uh,
And so that's how I ended up in Wisconsin.
Okay.
And Wisconsin's not too bad. For
All
all my
right.
Wisconsin friends that are listening, Wisconsin's not too bad. The worst thing about Wisconsin is the weather.
Okay.
And to tell you, I cannot stand the weather. You've got winter that's like 9 months out of the year.
Okay.
When
Long.
it gets down to 30 below zero, it's not a good thing. But that's where I live. I have like I said, my husband, who's a Navy vet, works at the VA right now, and two awesome young men that I raised, my sons. One lives in New York. He's in politics.
oh,
No, he's not running for anything. He works for a
But he's in.
nonprofit that
Okay.
does progressive advancement of policies and democratic candidates and stuff like that.
Okay.
And then I've got, yeah, amazing, awesome. I'm very proud of him.
Yeah.
And then I've got my younger son who lives here with us, who's recovering from a brain injury. So, yes. So, all in all, I, I actually do the travel agency thing as a side business. It's my home-based business. My full-time job is investigating Medicare fraud.
Oh
So,
wow.
yeah. So, that's
Who would ever thought? Right.
that's what people
Wow.
always say when I say I investigate Medicare fraud. They're like,
And how?
"What?"
And when you investigate Medicaid fraud, what do you look for?
Well, we get complaints from the Medicare beneficiaries. Get complaints from doctors. We get complaints from employees of hospitals and hospices and durable medical equipment. We run data to look at different things that show up in the data. Um, Things that does it look like they are billing this particular procedure code too much, or for a hospice, are they having people in hospice for 5 years, 10 years when people should only be in hospice for 6 months?
Right.
So
oh,
we do interviews of doctors and beneficiaries. We do on-site inspections, go to labs, doctors' offices, home health agencies, durable medical equipment companies. And I just want to say that it is not the Medicare beneficiaries that are committing the fraud. It is the doctors, the
Right.
prescribers,
Because they're
the home
billing.
health agencies,
Right.
the providers are committing the fraud, because
oh,
people always
wow.
think it's the Medicare beneficiaries, and it's not.
It's not. Okay. That
Wow.
sums it up.
Yes.
Now I understand.
Yeah.
But no, you're right though. Because when it comes to the medical though,
Hmm.
honestly, I tell people to always check your bill. Like when you get,
Yes.
whatever procedures that you're having, I always tell them go over, even when my mom passed and the bills were still coming in here. Listen,
Yes.
I was scanning. I was like, wait a minute. Like, why I see this twice? You know what I mean? And I went to call and they were like, oh, I'm like, wait a minute. Like, I was scanning.
You have to, and especially in Florida.
Yeah, it's big.
Oh,
Now,
yeah.
fraud big down here.
I
Oh,
used to live
yeah.
in Jacksonville, and at the time I worked for Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Florida, and we investigated Medicare fraud and stuff. And it was like, no offense, Florida, but 8 out of 10 doctors in Florida was committing fraud,
Oh,
Wow.
if
Big
not
time.
higher.
Big time.
8 out of 10 durable medical equipment, well, probably 9 out of 10 was committing fraud.
Mm-hmm.
And they're just billing stuff for no reason. Medical equipment
Yeah,
that people don't need.
right. So they might never even see a patient, but they've bought the Medicare number or something and they just bill it.
Yep.
You
I remember
know?
they were doing, I don't know if you remember, they had a big sting in Miami for that a couple years ago.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah.
Something
Absolutely. Mhm.
about they were going to this place, some building, and that as long as you had your Medicaid card, they were giving you like money for the number.
Yes, they do that. They do that.
Yeah, somewhere in
Yeah.
Miami years ago.
They buy you lunch. They buy them lunch and stuff like that.
Yeah, just give me your
And take their
card.
Medicare number.
Yeah,
Mhm.
they can't take the number off the card. That's crazy.
Yeah. I had an investigation where it was a durable medical equipment company, and they were just sending left brace, right brace, left hand brace, right hand brace, wheelchair, whatever. And when we tried to go and see their address was actually like the 5th hole on the golf course in Miami. So
Wow.
they didn't exist. I've
Wow.
had some interesting stuff on that side.
Wow. It's
So
not worth it at the end of the day.
so when you do the investigations, do you actually travel to these places, or you do everything over the internet, over the phone?
No, we used to do more traveling to the doctor's offices or the labs or stuff like that. We don't do that much right now. Actually, COVID kind of put a kibosh on most of that. But we used to do a lot of beneficiary interviews and doctor interviews and stuff in person. Now we do most of that over the phone. Now I'm working on pharmacies right now. And so most of that is interviews and data
Gotcha.
and medical records from the doctor prescribing the medicine. So
Okay.
I don't have to go out and do an on-site investigation like I used to.
Okay. Cool.
Gotcha. All right. So yeah, let's get back to
Back to the travel.
the traveling. Yes. Back to that.
Interesting though.
So yeah, go ahead and continue about how you got started.
Oh, how I got started in travel. Okay, so I actually was a travel agent in New York a long time ago. When I used to live in New York, it was
Mhm.
like in the late 80s,
Mhm.
in the 80s, something. Anyway, I was a travel agent for a company called Liberty Travel, and we had an office and everything. And I actually, out of high school, went to a business school to become a travel agent. And then I moved to New York and became a travel agent with Liberty Travel. And while I was there, I met representatives from like Sandals Resorts and Breezes Resorts. And, when you're a travel agent, you meet a lot of sales reps
Mhm.
for different vendors. And then I was going to become a marketing rep for Sandals Resorts.
Oh, okay.
I would have to move to Jamaica. And then my husband was like, no, because I'm in the Navy. And that's not going to work. So then we moved to Florida from New York because he got stationed in Jacksonville. So we moved there. And then I left the travel industry, went into the insurance industry. And then like 5 years ago, a friend of mine told me about IntelliTravel. And I was like, oh, I love to travel. I loved being a travel agent. So I'll do that. And then my son got sick. And then for like a year and a half, I didn't do anything. And then I started up, and then COVID hit. And then now I'm back doing it. So that's how I actually got started.
Okay.
Gotcha. Okay. And how do you like it? I mean, is it something that you're passionate about? Because I see you've been doing
Uh,
it for so long.
I love, 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 love it. I love to travel.
Who doesn't?
You know, you know what?
Some
Funny
people
thing
don't.
is, a lot of
Yeah,
people don't. A lot of people don't. And you know what? If you can make money doing something you love,
Love, yeah.
passionate
Go
about, then
for
do
it.
it.
Mm-hmm.
You
that's
know.
it. That
And
is
the
it.
thing is, the other thing is, you don't necessarily have to love to travel or love to do it, but it's something that people love to do. And if you find something that people love to do,
Mm-hmm.
then you can make money off of it, right?
Yes.
So, but for me, I love travel. I love everything about travel. I love the cruising. I love the airplane rides. I love the hotels. I love the beaches. I love everything about travel. And so travel is a passion of mine. So that's why I got into travel to begin with. And if I went to school for it, you know that I actually love
Yeah,
it.
Mm-hmm. It's
that's
awesome.
good. So, as a travel agent, what do you look for? Um, as I know sometimes well, you have to put a package together for your clients, correct?
Yeah. So as a travel agent, you really get to decide how you want to run that business because travel is so vast. There's so many things. You've got foodie travel, you've got natural travel, you got volunteer travel, you got
Mm-hmm.
ecological travel, you've got
Really?
people that you've got honeymoon, destination wedding, you've got European travel, you've got rail travel. I mean, so many things, cruises, whatever. So you get to decide what specialty or what part of the travel industry you want to like specialize in or make your niche, right?
Gotcha.
So
So
for
for
myself,
myself,
I
I
don't
don't.
book just airfare or just hotel or just a car or something like rental car. Now there are a lot of agents that do that. What I do is I do packages like you said. So if someone comes to me and they say I want to go to Aruba and I want to go for 7 nights, and then I'll ask, are you traveling by yourself? Are you going with someone else? Is it a family vacation? How many people? What are the ages? What are you looking for? What type of hotel? Big budget, luxury, budget hotel. And so that's part of qualifying people. For myself, I only do packages, I do cruises, I do groups, and I do like Holy Land tours, which again is another type of group. Patches.
Okay.
And yes, so and most of my bookings are to the Caribbean and Mexico.
Okay. So this is not just a okay. This is one price and this is what you get. It's actually
No,
a custom package.
correct. So
Okay.
we work with multiple vendors, and when I say vendors, I'm talking about FunJet Vacations, Delta Vacations, American Airline Vacations, Southwest Vacations, Apple Vacations. These companies already have all the stuff together to make a package. So if someone comes to me and they say, I want to go to Cancun
Hmm.
and I want to go in September and I want to stay for 3 nights, I get their dates, and I can go to any of those companies and I can say, okay, this is what my client wants. What do you have? And then we
Gotcha.
can look at different hotels that fit whatever they're looking for and get the prices that they're looking for.
Nice. See, I
Mhm.
never. I do travel, but I never. And we were thinking about that. To hire a travel agent to get the
Mhm.
best out of our travels because by looking online is one thing but by you knowing these particular like you said vendors and companies that can cater to me versus me just flying and just looking at the airport it's like okay should I make a right should I make a left where should I go you see what I mean so
And the
this is
thing is, you can go online and do like Expedia, and that's the other thing. We also work with Expedia
Mm-hmm.
as travel agents, so we can book through Expedia as well. But it's one thing to do all the legwork on your own, and it's another thing to have somebody do the legwork for you. And when you have a travel agent that's willing to do the work for you, and also that's knowledgeable about the place that you're going, that might be able to give you information that you would not normally know, or make suggestions of where to go, places to eat, what excursions to do, things like
Apologies.
that's stuff that you would normally get. Also, if you run into an issue, you've got an agent there to help you. We also have what are called BDMs, business development managers, with each of these companies. So if one of our clients run into an issue, we could call up the BDM and see if we can get them to intervene or do something to help you out.
Wow, wonderful. This is something new to me. I like I said, I've never had a travel agent. But this is something new and interesting, and you know how sometimes you're like, wow, you know, you're always learning something new. And for me, being my
Yeah.
age, over 40, I've never used a travel agent, and you're just speaking to me right now about this. I am considering actually hiring a travel agent. And hey,
Well, here you go. Hire me.
there we go. There we go.
There you go.
Now,
And one thing I got to say, most travel agents do not charge a fee.
Mhm.
Now, there are some travel agents that will charge a research fee, and what that is to stop people from the looky-loos, that are just there to waste your time. So a travel agent might charge you a $25 fee or a $50 fee to make sure that you're serious and make sure that you're not wasting their time. But most travel agents don't charge a fee.
I mean, which is understandable because you are doing the legwork for them.
Right.
So why not get paid doing number
Mhm.
one, doing something you love, and number two, helping people out, saving, countless of hours of searching and money.
Exactly.
So yeah,
Exactly.
that's a good thing. So another question. In your experience as a travel agent, what steps do you follow when booking for an individual, couple, group?
Okay, so the first thing is you want to qualify the client, right? So the first thing you want to know is, number one, where do they want to go? You're going to narrow that down. Who's traveling? What are the ages? What are they looking for? What do they normally do? Like, for example, if somebody comes in there, they say, I want to go on a cruise. Well, have you been on a cruise before? And if you have, how long did you go on the cruise? Where did you go? What were your impressions of what did you like best about it? What are
Okay.
you looking for? And then you can gear whatever it is you offer them to their likes, to what they want, and what's going to best serve them. So it's all about qualifying the client, finding what they want, and meeting that need.
Gotcha. Now, as far as do you book as far as airline vacations or cruises, or is it a little bit of both?
Yeah, I do both. Like I said, I do not do just airline tickets, but I do packages. And a package is the air, the hotel, the
Okay.
transportation to and from the airport to the hotel round trip. That is a package. A package might also include excursions that you might want to do while you're wherever it is you are, shows that you might want to see, restaurants that you might want to go to. That's a package. And I always, always, always recommend travel insurance because you never know. And if you cannot get travel insurance, and travel insurance includes medical coverage, not just
Okay.
cancellation. If you can't get that, then at least get travel protection where you would get at least credit for another trip if you have to cancel. And you don't just lose your money totally.
Gotcha.
Okay. Is it medical insurance you said? Is that expensive?
The travel insurance, not really, not really. And again, the insurance depends on how old the traveler is and where they're going and how long they're staying.
Okay.
And the total cost of their trip. So a lot of things go into that when you're doing the insurance. But in my experience, unless you want some outlandish package, travel insurance package, it's not that expensive.
Okay. So let's say if I walk in or I call you, uh,
Mhm.
fairly new, brand new to you. One thing I would definitely want to tell you is that I want to go skiing. I've never been skiing before. I want to go skiing. Just me and the wife want to go skiing. What would you recommend, or how would you approach me on getting the best package for me?
Okay, so my first question to you, if you want to go skiing, do you want to go skiing in the US or do you want to go skiing in Europe?
U.S.
US. Okay, then how long do you want to go for?
I would say 5 days.
5 days. Okay, then what I'm going to do is I'm going to tell you about different places like Colorado, Crested Butte. You can also ski in Nevada. I would look at those places. I'd ask you, do you have a budget? Right?
Um,
And
yeah.
then I'd ask what type of accommodations are you looking for? Are you looking for
Correct.
budget accommodations? Are you looking for luxury accommodations? Do you want a hot tub in the room? Do you not want a hot tub? You know,
Right. Right.
are
A
you
lot.
taking now you haven't skied before, so you'll have to have rental, right? So you'll have to be able to rent the skis. Are you gonna
Mhm.
you're gonna have to get an outfit for skiing,
Oh
right?
yeah, it's going to be cold. Yes.
You better.
So all that stuff, you
Right.
know. So that's part of the qualifying that I'd be talking about. And then I would go and I would do the research to find properties that would meet your needs to what you want.
Gotcha. And one thing I definitely will request is a lodge. I love cabins. I
Mhm.
want that experience. I really do.
Right. You want now understand there are some places that have ski lodges that are huge resorts, and then there are smaller resorts.
Uh-huh.
So my question to you would be, which are you looking for? Do you want a bigger resort or do you want a smaller, more intimate type of setting?
I would say intimate. Yeah,
Okay.
definitely.
And see, this would gear me towards looking for that particular type of property to come back to you to give you a price and then tell you what the property looks like and have you look at it and say, here's the name. Go ahead and look at it and let me know if you're good with that. Usually I give people two or three
Mhm.
places to look at, and then they'll come back and say, "Oh, I like this one the best," you know, and I'll let them know the price of each one, and then they'll come and I'll go, "Okay," and I'll go ahead with that.
I think that is easier enough than sitting down, um, countless of hours just looking online for at different lodges and so forth. Where, hey, Donna, just yeah, look, go ahead. Here's my money. Just do what you got to do. Get us there by August so and
There you go. There you go. There you go.
things. I like that. I really do. Uh,
Yeah,
now,
we actually help people out because everybody's busy, right? Everybody's busy, and they don't really have the time to sit and do all the research necessary. Um, to really get knowledgeable about where they want to go, where they're going, and to really understand what's going on. And so to get a travel agent, that's going to do the legwork for you.
absolutely, absolutely. Um, Now let's get to the nitty gritty. I know a lot of people, a lot of people are out of work right now,
Mhm.
and some people may want work and or even their own like type of small business or home based business. What would you or how
Yes.
would you confront these individuals?
Okay, so IntelliTravel is what we call a host agency, and they're the ones that take care of all of the contracts with the vendors and everything. They're the one that takes care of all of the certifications. They're the ones that take care of the websites, making sure they're up and running, building your website and all that stuff. They're the ones that take care of the trainings and all that stuff. So if you wanted to, and I'm a big fan of IntelliTravel, I love them. If you wanted to become an IntelliTravel travel agent, what you would need to do, contact me. because you cannot become an IntelliTravel travel agent by contacting IntelliTravel. You have to do it through an IntelliTravel agent that is also a member of the marketing company, which I am. So you
Okay.
contact me, I would complete your application. It would be sent to IntelliTravel. They will do a background check on you and then come back and say, okay, you're in. Okay. Once that's done, then they will send information to set up your agency, which would be you letting them know if you want your agency to have a particular name, setting up what you want your website to look like, and they would take care of all of that. It is really only $199.90 investment to become an IntelliTravel travel agent. And that's a one-time fee. There is a monthly fee to maintain all of the certifications, all of the licenses, and your website, which is $59.90. You would do the training. They provide you all the training. If you want to become a specialist, let's say I want to become a Hawaii specialist, I can get all that training for free. They've got trainings every Tuesday from a vendor. So last week, I think it was, what was it? Oh, Vacation Express that was doing the training. And they also have a training if you want to do groups. There's a groups training as well. I mean, there's so much training. There's an in-person training that's free. It really is wonderful. And the wonderful thing about IntelliTravel is that they have a price match guarantee, which says that if you book with an IntelliTravel agent and you go out and you find the exact same package with somebody else for less money, they will give you 110% of the difference in credit so you can use it towards another trip. That's amazing.
Oh wow.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. They also have a money back guarantee, which says that within the first 30 days that you become an IntelliTravel travel agent, if you decide, you know what, this is not for me, I just got caught up or whatever, my life changed in the 30 days, no questions asked, they give you back your money. No questions asked.
I don't think I got my money back.
Did you go back and ask and say, did you go back and cancel?
Look, I'm laughing so hard.
Within 30, because I've had that happen.
But I didn't ask though. I mean, I didn't know I could anyway.
Yes, you could. You could. And they also have what is called a risk-free profit guarantee. And that is, they say, give us a year. And if you follow everything they tell you to do, and you are not making a profit after a year, they will make you whole. If you've put out more in your monthly fees or whatnot than you made in profit, they will give you the difference, so you are not losing any money.
Oh,
And
okay.
I don't know of anybody else that has that.
I've never heard of
No,
that.
I don't either. No.
Yeah, so that's fantastic. And the great thing is, when you become a travel agent, there's no inventory, there's no quota. You don't have to it's your business. You run it the way you want to run it. You do it the way you want to do it. You've got support and everything. Like I said, for the first couple of years, I didn't really do anything. And you've got a full service toll-free support line. You've got a Facebook group. You've got all kinds of training. It really is an excellent proposition.
To me, it's a no-brainer, really, especially for someone that's looking for, some type of their own business where there's really, like you said, no inventory. You just market yourself and give the best quality customer service out there.
And the thing is, they do have a marketing company that will help you market. You send them the name of the people you want them to send information to, the name, the email address, or the address, and once they will send stuff out to those people for you for free.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Very interesting. Now, are you do you have people under you right now?
I do have, how many people do I have? I do have 3 people. I do have 3 people, right, that are under me right now. Wait, no, I got 4. I got 4.
And it
One,
doesn't matter where they are, right?
one of them is really working. She's really doing her travel. She's really doing her travel. One of them is in school right now.
Oh, okay.
And she works full time, so she doesn't have a lot of time to do. She's learning right now, and a couple of them are kind of in and out, in and out.
Gotcha. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And
And
do they have to
do
be
it
in
the
the
way you
same
want.
state with you? Say it again.
No, I was just saying you run it the way you want. You fit it into your life, because life happens to everybody,
That's true.
and so
And if someone wishes to contact you, do you have information that you can give out to them right now?
well, they can call me at 1-800-674-1425. So that's 1-800-674-1425. Or they can send me an email at Donna at DOUBLEA travel.biz. BIZ like zebra.
All right.
Awesome. And for those who missed it, I will get that information for you and post it under this video once we finish tonight. So you will get all that information, the phone number, email, and website to Donna Langley. So do not worry about that.
Yes.
Very, very good information for all those who would like to travel or even just to become a travel agent.
Yeah.
I've been asked a lot of times, do I know anyone that's hiring? Well, here you have it.
Absolutely.
Get your, have your own thing going on, become a travel agent and work it out. So a lot of people ask me all the time.
Right. And as a business owner, I mean, there are all kinds of things that come with that. I'm not giving out tax advice, but contact your tax advisor because there are things that you can write off as a business expense.
Correct.
And the travel.
And the travel. Oh, man, let me tell you.
The perks.
There are so many perks that come along with it. Now, I don't want people to become a travel agent just for the perks, but I gotta say that's one of the reasons I became a travel agent. For the perks. Because,
so how many countries you been to?
How many what?
Other countries.
Let me see.
That's a lot. That's
Look, you got to think about it for real.
That's a lot.
Let me see. I've been to, in Europe, I've been to Spain, France, Italy, and England. And then I've been to Bermuda, the Bahamas, Jamaica, Curacao. Where else have I been to? St. Thomas, St. Martin, San Martin. I've been to a lot of Caribbean islands.
The travel guru.
Yeah. Well, again, I love travel.
I'm gonna be like you when I grow up. I got to get on the ball.
I was telling you about my cruise to Alaska in May, and that was actually a free cruise that I got from Royal Caribbean Cruise Line.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And so, it's things like you do get stuff like that. They do have what are called familiarization trips, short fam trips. And that's where a country's tourism department or a vendor will invite you to experience their property or their country at a really discounted rate because they want you to come back and sell that,
Mm-hmm.
So that's the stuff that happens. I think the Jamaica Tourist Board just had one where it was $99 to go to Jamaica for like 5 days or something like that.
Wow.
Wow.
So you get these things coming through. Some are better than others. Let me see. What? Oh, last year, my sister and I went on a cruise on MSC Cruise Lines, and we had a balcony. We had free Wi-Fi, free beverage plan, alcoholic beverage plan the entire time, and it was like $400 and some dollars, and it was 7 days.
Mm.
Yeah, and
Hey,
that is
cuz.
the travel agent rate. And
Oh,
then
wow.
Carnival also, they had they were doing travel agent rates a few months ago, where it was $10 for the cruise. If you had an ocean view cabin, $25 for the cruise. If you had a balcony cabin, so you do get really excellent things, offers coming through. The thing is, you can't do all of them.
Correct.
You can't do all of them, and they're actually doing it for a reason, because they want you to actually sell their product,
Correct.
But that's like the biggest Benny of being a travel agent, are the fam trips that you get.
Wonderful. I like.
Me too.
Oh my goodness.
That's very
Wealth of
informative.
information. Yes, wealth of information right now. I believe that's it. Lashana, do you have any questions for
No,
the next
she's
segment?
very good, very informative. For all the listeners out there, if you ever want to become a travel agent or you just have questions, you need a package, Donna is your go-to person.
Thank
Okay,
you.
she is your go-to person. You can go ahead and start booking those flights, those hotels, those vacations right through Donna. And like she said, she already gave her number and also her email and stuff information for you to go ahead, and her website for you to go ahead and contact her. So do not hesitate about reaching out to Mrs. Donna. She will surely get you right.
Oh yeah.
Thank you. And I want to share some information with your listeners, because we're in this whole COVID thing right now,
Mhm.
and people are not sure about how COVID relates to how they travel. And really, every country, every island has their own COVID restrictions and regulations. The US, I'm going to talk about the US. You used to have to present a negative COVID test when you're coming back into the country, right? No more than 3 days. You no longer have to do that. So
Oh,
if you're
wow.
traveling outside of the US, when you're coming back, you no longer have to do a negative COVID test, show a negative COVID test. Cruise lines used to be mandatory for everyone to be vaccinated and show a negative COVID test. Well,
Correct.
right. So the latest, and I have a couple of cruise lines right now. Royal Caribbean Cruise Lines will no longer require COVID testing on any cruise 6 night or less for fully vaccinated individuals. So if you're fully vaccinated and you're going on a cruise that's 6 nights or less, you do not have to present a negative COVID test. And that is effective August 8th.
Wow.
If you're unvaccinated or going on the longer cruises, you do have to do the testing 3 days prior to sailing. Okay. Carnival, they're famous for doing really inexpensive cruise. They're called the fun ships, because they're more of the younger people, younger
Right,
crowd.
like the party type. The
A
party
party.
type.
So effective August 4th, they're also no longer going to be requiring COVID testing on cruises of 5 nights or less, right, for fully vaccinated guests. And they are no longer going to be providing COVID testing for unvaccinated people at the terminal. They used to provide that. They're no longer going to be doing that. And the unvaccinated people have to have proof of a negative COVID test taken 3 days prior. So I just
Gotcha.
wanted to get that out there for everybody that's listening.
Oh, awesome. And I'm sure you will reiterate that when they contact you, if they want to
Oh,
definitely
for sure.
problem.
Yeah. And we've got a lot of there. the cruise lines and the different vendors are having a lot of sales right now. So now is a good time to really contact the travel agent to plan your trip. I think who was it? I think ALG Vacations is even having what they call, I wrote this down, specialty steal of a deal for last minute vacations, for 3-night vacations. So if you have a last minute, you want to do a last minute 3-night vacation,
Mhm.
ALG Vacations have those right now.
Awesome.
All right.
Awesome.
Got
What
deals.
is it? What is it again? You said L
ALG Vacations. That's
ALG
Appalachia
Vacations.
Group. Appalachia Group.
Appalachia Group.
So that's like Apple Vacations, FunJet Vacations, Southwest Vacations, United Vacations. That's Appalachia Group.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
But pretty,
Awesome.
almost everybody's having sales right now.
Absolutely. Yeah, just about. Just but if you want some of the best, cheaper,
Right.
then definitely a travel agent
Contact
is
Donna.
your thing.
There you go.
That
Call
is.
Donna.
Because people are traveling, I mean, at a very high rate right now. They are traveling.
Yes, they are traveling. I think I was telling you earlier that I was reading today with the Travel Industry magazine that in the first 3 months of 2022, international travel has gone up 182%.
Wow.
That is amazing.
That's amazing.
It is.
That
It
is
is.
amazing.
People are tired of being cooped up in the home. And they
Yes,
just,
they are.
They
Yes,
getting
they
out. They
are.
getting out. But can you blame them?
Yes.
go set
Yeah.
free. I'm free.
Listen,
Let it
when COVID hit, COVID took our families through a whole lot, even family and friends.
Yeah.
It took us through a whole whirlwind. You know what I mean?
Yes,
So
it did. Yes,
hey,
it did.
listen, we lost a lot of people behind that. You
Yes,
know,
we did.
we
And
lost a
people
lot
are
of people.
booking family reunions now, and a
They
lot of
are
people are doing cruising family
family
reunions.
reunions.
Family
Mhm.
reunions on a cruise, which is
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. You get some, when you do a group, you get some really good
Good rate time.
benefits. You get
Wow.
really good benefits as the group leader.
Wow.
All right, girl. All right. I love it. I am loving it.
Me
I
too.
am loving
There are a lot of things out there, man. Contact your travel agent. Me.
Donna, correct. I will be contacting you myself.
For
contact.
information.
I
Yes.
sure will.
And if you can get a group, a big thing now also are these girls' trips.
Yeah, I've been seeing them.
Yeah. People are doing a lot of those girls' trips.
Thanks.
A lot of them doing
Men too, though.
doing Dominican Republic, Jamaica, and Mexico.
Mm.
Those are 3 big ones, and the reason is because you've got all types of budgets
Yeah.
Correct.
in those 3 countries.
And being with the group is cheaper, right? Versus just individual.
It all depends.
Okay.
It all depends on where you go, and that's the thing with travel, because there's so many things out there, so many different levels, that it depends on what you're doing.
Okay.
Yeah, but I must say it's always more expensive if you travel solo. Like if you're traveling by yourself, it's more expensive than if you're traveling with multiple people. And that's if you're staying in the same room or the same cabin.
Oh yeah, yeah, that's true. I got the top. I got the bunk bed.
You're so crazy.
Yeah.
But
Crazy.
But
No,
people,
no,
but I still get a lot of people that travel by themselves, though.
yeah, you're right. I know a couple of people
Yeah,
that travel by themselves. Yeah.
they don't. They just want to be by themselves.
Hmm.
Even when they're traveling with a group, they're rooming by themselves.
Mm. I guess
Yeah.
they don't want to be bothered sometimes.
Right. I mean, sometimes people go out of town just to get a peace of mind.
True.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You
Exactly.
know what I'm saying? Some people just, I mean, you got people that travel by themselves, and sometimes they'll just go and sit in the room. They just need to be alone.
Alone.
It's
People
not
travel
really
for
about being
very
around
different
other people.
reasons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I see it all the time.
Travel
I got
for
friends
very-
sometimes they call me and I'm like, well, where are you? That, oh, well, I came to New Orleans. I'm like, who you with? They're like, oh, I'm by myself. I'm like, why did you go by yourself? They be like, I just had to get away. I'm in the room, I go downstairs, probably like to a little brunch spot or something like that. Probably have a little glass of wine. They go back up to the room, but they just chilling. They watch TV. It's their relaxed time. They just don't want to be bothered.
Exactly.
They don't want to be bothered.
So I've got a group of women that want to go and turn up. That's their thing. Then you got a group of women that want to go and just chill out.
That's it.
Go to the spa.
Yeah.
And just rest.
That's it.
That's part of qualifying the client as well. What do you expect?
Absolutely right.
What do you want to do?
Absolutely right. Wow. Well, Donna, I want to thank you for taking the time out this evening to talk to us and talk to our listeners.
It's my
pleasure.
pleasure.
Really appreciate it. We really appreciate it. And just for that, we want to give you a
thumbs up.
Yes, thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
And I will be in contact with you.
Okay. And
we
anytime you want me back, I'll be happy to come back.
We want you back.
Because they're probably going to be calling and asking us, well, can you bring it back? We didn't get the information. Okay.
We want you back.
Yeah. And if you have some way to send us stuff, I can let you know different specials that we're having. Cruise lines are crazy now with specials.
Okay, absolutely. And if you have any information, any flyers or anything like that, we can definitely post it on the website and on Facebook for you to our listeners. So anything that you have, please, by all means, send it to us.
Because I do have a group that's going on a cruise next April, which I can send you the flyer on that one.
Okay, absolutely. We'll post it as soon as possible.
Excellent. Fantastic. Thank you, guys. This was
no problem. Thank you.
Yeah, I was kind of scared about it, but it was quite enjoyable.
Don't worry, we're not raunchy.
Yeah. We try to make people comfortable.
I appreciate it. It was fun.
We don't want anybody, freaking out.
Yeah.
No.
No, it was fun. I thoroughly enjoyed it.
Awesome.
I enjoyed it too.
Thank you so much.
It's a lot that I did learn.
Thank you. We appreciate you.
All right, then. Bye-bye.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Have a great evening.
Thank you so much.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.